Celebration, he knows he's going to get some tries. Next Pool D match, Argentina and Canada. Argentina with an incredible season last year, right down to the last day of the season. They were in for a chance to lift the season trophy, didn't quite get it done. And for the Canadians in their traditional red jerseys, a team that's 1 year older, 1 year a bit more stubborn from their head coach Henry Paul, and very much aware that relegation is in play this year. They will want to perform much better than last year when they finished 14th on the series.
Well, there's one of the stars we will be witnessing, Marcos Moneta. Watch out for him, electric in the game of sevens. I actually like the idea of these two teams, very similar in terms of their desperation and dedication of how they play the game. Very resilient bunch, and they're going to be taking chunks out of each other.
Well, this man will be keeping an eye on the chunk taking. Ben Breakspear, the Welshman, making sure it's all fair and square. As we heard from Conroy there from the previous match, all these teams aware of the importance to have a very good start to the weekend and the season indeed, Rob.
And with that racing consistency, massive part as well. Both of these teams can have established squads. We feel Canada really got that. They've got some really good upcoming stars, but it's that next level to take them on performance-wise that they need.
Well, Gaston Revol fittingly gets us underway. Good tap back from the Argentinians, and they are off and running, attacking the men in red. Tucking under his arm is Asadzu. Revol ships it wide. A bit of a high pass, but well gathered by Iskro. Still going, and there's the pace. The danger man, slamming it down with the right arm, Marcos Moneta.
We've seen number 7 for Ireland get his trademark going early. This guy, number 13, Marcos Moneta. A real start of this game. He's got it all, but it's the pace that makes him so separate. Lovely restart, competed well. Argentina, one of the best in that area. Love the kicking game, all decent footballers, but this is just raw speed.
There's the pace. Conversion just falls short under the bar, but Moneta, your World Rugby Player of the Year in 2021, 7th Player of the Year, starts this season in incredible form.
Imagine he might clock a few of them by the end of his career, Reece. That is how good he is.
Again, a 50-50 kick, again won by the Argentinians. Webster putting in a tackle, but this possession, Canada yet to hold the ball. And again the pace, finding a hole in that Canadian defense is Luciano Gonzalez. Second try for Argentina.
We talk about the guile and effort of Moneta on one side. This guy is a pit bull. Gnarled, aggressive, ferocious. The sidestep here on Teal is a thing to behold, and then the pace as well. There's a couple of wonder tries flying around the rugby circles online from their Gallagher Premiership in the UK, and their sevens players equally as adept. Broken field is a canvas for them to create some pretty special artwork.
Conversion this time is good. And Rob, we talked about the importance of the kickoff. Last season, Argentina, the best team on the series, won 34% of their restarts. They were 100% in this game, but so crucial to getting possession.
It is, as you can see, it's just relentless. This accuracy of the kick, the claim in the air, they're so hard to get the ball back from, and then when they've got it, as we've already seen, threats right across the pitch.
Well, Gaston Revol is the architect of the kickoff possession through his right boot, 35 years young. 89 tournaments under the belt, just challenging a few of your old mates in Rodwell, the leader for the HSBC World Series, Dan Norton and Phil Nicholson from New Zealand.
Yeah, and imagine, without COVID situation as well, they'd be up there at the 100, wouldn't it? It'd be a centurion of sevens events, and there's no reason why, the way that Revol is going, he might get there as well. The Wolverine used to call him. It's like a little, I say little, he is quite small, but very much of a dog mentality.
Of course, he's beaten Phil Mickelson. There's Tim Mickelson. He's chasing.
He's defected, ignore him.
And he's working the blind side. Incredible scenes in Vancouver at the Canada Sevens. their first win on the series in 13 years. And Argentina are off and running again, and it's the Canadians who are paying the price, stepping out of the tackle. Great leg lift from Matías Otsu. Third try for Argentina, clinical stuff.
And when you get the restarts, you get the possessions, you combine that with the power guile of Moneta and Gonzalez, and then throw in a little bit of Botazuk, rookie of the year once upon a time. This guy is flourishing. Very different style, rangy, big strider, big runner. And you can see why this Argentinian team were one of the most consistent. 5 medals across the year last year. They just love possession.
As I mentioned off the top, they were 4th in the series, but right up to the last day of action on the HSB series in Los Angeles, they had a chance to lift the trophy. Didn't go their way. Of course, it was the Australians who won last season, but so much heart. You saw the emotion when they won their first event. They have been ruthless here, and again they have their hands on the ball. Canada can do nothing here. They have not held the ball in possession. There's a first touch. Teal chasing it through, trying to make something happen for his team. Moneta nudges it back, gives himself time and space, which is a dangerous thing. He went for the chip through. He got a lucky second bounce, and he's off and running. Ishuat's going to give chase. But Marcos Moneta, one of the many pacemen on the Pumas Sevens team, gets the try.
Well, some form of remorse from Ishuat as he clattered Moneta, and fair play to him for running back, but this guy, Marcos Moneta, started kicking the ball back to his own try line, and such his ability putting the ball on his foot, learnt through hard practice and the tutorage of his coach, one of the best at it, Gomez Cora. He gets in behind, and then the pace kicks in. You cannot stop pace in any game of rugby, and this guy's got it in spades.
Well, the man from Okotoks, Alberta, made sure he paid for it. Moneta perhaps lucky on his initial kick, as he said, it bounced up to him. They're going to add 2 more, so Moneta's getting a bit of a breather after putting 2 big tries on the board. And Rob, to your comment, those are kicks in play when they're attacking kicks, and that one, he got his hands on it. Finally, Canada, through Brock Webster, have their hands on the ball. They need something in the last minute of this first half, down 26 points to 0. Teal, the playmaker, the talisman, squares up. Big defense from Argentina. Ishuat loops around. He's a pretty versatile player for Henry Paul's team. There's Brock Webster. Great offload from him. A good cover from the Pumas through Revolt, getting right across to the far sideline. Canada, the first possession they've had. A crushing tackle from Hatzuk. Canada holding on. This half isn't over. Quick hands, unmarked out wide, but they can't get him the ball. It was Rossetto. Canada's got it. They need something. Russell's off and running. Alex Russell, a man from Chichester via McGill University. Team, the Redbirds have just made their National University Championship. Gongo thinks twice about shipping that one out wide. Canada having to work very hard in their own end here. Crucial they get something to end this half. Webster created a hint of an overlap, but spilled it forward. Sudsuk's got it, and this half is not over. Some tired bodies out there. The inside pass to the substitute. He's tripped up. Is it after the kick? Legally? Yes, says our referee. And that will do it. So Ben Breaksby, our referee, has had enough. Alex Russell and the Canadians barely had their hands on it. Rodrigo Isgro and the Pumas 7 are up 26 points to 0 over Canada. Supreme confidence from Santiago Gomez Cora. Man, they're blowing a little bit here. It's because they've been running in tries the length of the field.
completely nailed it there, Reece. They just didn't have the ball. And when you look at the scoreline, you're 26-0 down. You had the ball for about 20 seconds in that first half. It's relentless, but what really makes Argentina fearful is how they are without the ball. That desperation that they have with it is equally matched. That's why they've been so consistent in their performances, and that's why they're a very settled bunch.
Este es el partido que hicimos cuando lo tenemos acá, lo cerramos y lo matamos. ¿Se entiende? No le damos
This iconic stadium starting to fill up. Teams have been coming here since 1976 to play sevens rugby, still the Mecca. Welcome back to the Cathay Pacific HSBC Hong Kong Sevens. We're back. It's been 3 years, but we're playing sevens again. Canada are in a hole here in their first match of the day. It's Friday evening in Hong Kong. We've already seen Ireland get, with the first match of the day, get a victory. And Argentina very much in command of this one.
Canada certainly are in a hole. The shot of light is this restart. They need to get some ball. Demolishing that first half. Argentina were just relentless.
And it's Pellandini. The subs are on now. He's got his hands on it. Running laterally is Gonzalez. Oh, and sitting down, the Canadians just plowing over the top. Webster does just enough to knock it out of his hands.
There's genuine fear in the crowd when Gonzalez runs towards them, like it's a bull in the ring going to try and jump the sides.
Look at the intensity in that man's eyes. You know.
He is intense. Santi in the shade. There's a naughty boy step. Yeah, a little bit of a disciplinary issue for him to now be in the background, but he's a curator wherever he is, and he must be sitting back applauding the way that first half went.
That is Argentinian head coach Santiago Gomez-Cora, great player and very good coach. Canada, coached by another incredible player, Henry Paul, won the title 3 times here in Hong Kong. One of the stars of that team, half of the coaches here seem to have played in that England domination in the early 2000s. Friday and a few others. Canada looking to create something in Gongo. Sorry, that is Josiah Moore who spills it forward. Advantage being played to Argentina. Fraga. They're going to come back for the original knock-on.
We get a very exciting player coming on for Argentina now. We saw Lazazu, number 12, the rangy runner in Dubai. He ended up in the dream team in his first ever effort. He is another one like Moneta. Young, enthusiastic. I think he's had to be a little bit grounded, which is a polite way of saying reined in a bit. But in terms of attributes of sevens player, this guy is going to be something very special.
At 20 years old, 6'4", 91 kg, so he's got the frame. Argentina, of course, had just come off winning the South American Sevens Championship, part of the South American Games. They defeated Chile. Uruguay got the bronze down there. A couple of the youngsters were brought into the team from that effort. Rossetto and Devajan, their first taste of the gold medal there. Oh, this is too easy. Argentina wearing down the Canadian defense, working the fringes. Good chase all the way across from the debutant Cal Sager. But it won't be enough. And another try for Agustin Fraga and Argentina.
It's casually strolling back. Just clocked up, 60 metres in Hong Kong's sapping turf. And it's the balance he possesses, beats the first one, cruises, and then this little bit of confidence, has a look around, gets the old cheeks blowing. And that little subtle change of direction means he can glide in. He knows exactly where the camera is as well, Reece.
Well, the guile of this Argentinian team is clear, as we said, fighting for the title right to the end last season. But the pace on display, you mentioned it earlier, there's legit pace in the likes of Isco, Gonzalez, Moneta, and these youngsters coming up as well. I don't think they had a chance to get that kickoff. They took their 32nd time. We heard the gong. Not that it's going to really matter in this one. Long kick, he's overcooked it. Canada will have possession midfield.
That's way out. A little bit of indecision as to what was happening. Revel went off, then came back on, and by that time wasn't able to get his hands on the ball for the kick. So hopefully see a little bit of Canadian possession, because this is an absolute pummeling.
Yeah, it's not been good. Argentina did win by 21 last year at the London Sevens in Twickenham, but Canada were able to upset them in Toulouse, so they can beat this side. And as we said off the top, it's a Canadian side after wholesale changes post-Olympics that have a year of experience under their belt, and Henry Paul will be expecting more than this from them.
He will, and I think that was always the look we kind of saw on the sideline, that it was a spirited performance by Canada, but it was the head down, head shake, because just not quite stepping up that level. Mentioned about how similar these two teams play. They do in terms of their traits, but that ability that this Argentina has just puts them way ahead. The foundation for Canada is their effort levels they put in, but when they don't have the ball, they're looking frail. Defensively, last year they were exposed, and it's been the same again in this game. Not able to stop the significant firepower of the Argentinians.
They're not the best preparation for Henry Paul, as some of his players were away on 15s duty down in Brazil, playing against Chile and Brazil. Many of their players doing double duty. Brock Webster, Josiah Mora amongst them. There's a good tackle from Cal Sager. Canada not securing possession. There's a tackle. Finally, some physical presence from the Canadians, but still threatening. Going out wide. Tomas Lizardo.
It's just brilliant to see. He's all arms and legs. He's so long and rangy. And the stride that he's got, it's a one-on-one. It's difficult to stop him. Just check out how fast he changes direction. And by the time the stop-start happens, not a finger's laid on him. Sager can't go anywhere near him. 8-foot-long arms, Reece.
Get away, and a little bit of a gesture here. Matawuno put in a massive tackle for Canada, but Isco was barely phased, and he's kept the play alive. And that man got a big try.
The babyface assassin.
So last minute of play, it's been all Argentina, literally. Canada hoping to start a big weekend here. Of course, Canada's women play against England, and finally a moment for Canada. They're off. Backing himself. Going hard is David Richard. Good to see him back from injury, but Owutu has been pushed into touch. First real incursion for Canada.
Well, first effort from Canada. And it looked, for all money, with the naked eye, that was a bit of wizardry. We saw a bit from Brock Webster last year. He had some nice touches, but this break, David Richard gets in behind, tries to keep that ball alive because he knows the touchline's coming, and throws it out the right blind, right in the gut.
Set piece, lineout's not straight, mercifully for Canada.
What a shame it comes to that. If you feel one of those offloads, you just want to bask in it for a while, wouldn't you?
The gong sounds, and that core of Argentinians has done a solid job here on Friday night in Hong Kong. Moneta started us off in fine fashion. Rosoni and the rest of the group kept relentless pressure on this Canadian team. Brock Webster, one of those players who does double duty for head coach Kingsley Jones's 15 side. Also with the Toronto Arrows of the Major League Rugby. Played 5 games last season. He's going to tap it, and this is really about pride and possibly something Maruuru falls on his back and he's stripped, and that will happen at this level. So it's all Argentina on a steamy Friday night here in Canada. The men in blue and white dominate 36 points to 0 over Canada. Yeah, that was clinical work. Nice for Santiago Gomez, although he wasn't pitch side, but able to lead some of these young players.
I can imagine it's quite nice to stand back and watch it as well, you know, from a coach's perspective. There's so much chaos on the sideline that he can just really take that vista from the stand and take a look at these guys coming through. Zazu going to be brilliant. Moneta, again, sensational. This Argentina team have put down a real marker in this first game. Don't want to get too far ahead, but already they're looking to match that consistency that set them aside last year. You'd think he'd be happier than that.
Santi's still not happy. Well, let's go pitch side as Santi says thumbs up for some reaction.
Marcos, to rack up a big score in your first game, how pleasing was that for you?
It was really good. Really happy to be back with the team. So I came here to enjoy. I wasn't in the World Cup and in LA, so really happy for that and really happy for the win.
Yeah, and your head coach had to sit in the stands because he's been a bit of a naughty boy. How was that for you guys, not having him on the sideline?
Of course, we miss him, Santiago, on the bench. He's the heart of the team, so he has to wait one much more to be with us. So we're waiting for that. But Leonardo Gravano, that is the other coach, also did a great job. So we are really chill having him there also.
And your first Hong Kong Sevens?
No, I debuted on 2019 here. My debut was here.
I'm very sorry. Your second Hong Kong Sevens.
Yeah.
How much do you like coming here?
Yeah, I really like it. I remember I debuted with FIJI here. Really tough match. But yeah, the people here is amazing. The stadium also. Really happy to be here.
Good first up win. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, I'm pretty sure that isn't the last we'll be hearing of Marcos Moneta this weekend here in Hong Kong. That is the first two matches out of the way. Ireland and Argentina with victories. Now it gives me great pleasure to throw to Dallin Stanford and Zach Test, two great American internationals.
Thank you very much, Gareth Reese. Brilliant to be here. This is the Pool C fixtures. USA, Spain, Fiji, Japan are the four sides that compete in this exciting draw here at the brilliant Cathay Pacific HSBC Hong Kong 7. So much to play for these sides this season, with the Olympic qualifications, top four that finish in the series for next season. Lots to go here. The United States will take on Spain. USA ranked 6th, Spain ranked 11th. Last time I was here was 14 years ago representing the USA. But Zach Test, my co-commentator here, you've been here 8 times playing for America. What's it like at this great event? Of course, head-to-head stats coming up first.
Yeah, there's nothing like the granddaddy of them all. That is the magnificent scenes of the Hong Kong Sevens. Like you said, I've been here 8 times, and what great memories here on this field. I mean, look at the spectacle that is this magnificent place, and there's a young side in this American coming out here. Perry Baker, the speed stick, coming out leading this group, but a good experienced side in Spain. This is going to be one heck of a contest.
The Spanish side, they're without the retired Javier de Juan. They're led by Juan Ramos. The USA without Falau Nua, their most capped US player in history, the 2019 Series Dream Team in 2 Olympic Games. He's not here. Mike Friday's side without a handful of players. But I tell you what, we're not lacking here. It is colour, it is the atmosphere, it's the Hong Kong Sevens. And here they come. Perry Baker leads up the United States, and Juan Ramos brings out Spain for this intriguing fixture. One game on Friday for all these sides. Baker, the speed stick, as he's known, 36 years of age, 57th tournament, and the rest of his squad just has over 60 tournaments represented amongst them. Los Leonos from Spain, led by their coach, Pablo Feju, gearing up for this Pool C fixture. USA in white, 4 debutants in their side, where Spain have played here before. Referee for this one, Craig Chan, representing the Hong Kong Rugby Union. Brilliant to see him here in the middle. Cody Melfi
Stay behind you, away from the whistle.
getting ready to go just after 4:30 Eastern time in the United States.
Red, ready.
After 8:30 in the morning in Spain.
Red.
Welcome to day one, match one for these two brilliant countries. Spain on the left to receive, the United States on the right. And we're underway for the first stop of 11 on the 2023 HSBC World Rugby 7 Series. Melfi pops this one to his left-hand side. Big jump from David, still leaps in the air. Player from the American Raptor, he's knocked us on, so an early start here will give possession to Spain.
Yeah, the U.S. prides himself on the restarts. David still goes up there, gets his 2 hands on the ball, just can't catch it cleanly. Little dewiness here on this Friday night here in Hong Kong.
Stability, clear hook.
Crouch. Big aerial battle, such an important fixture in this short conversion. So Spain recorded a 16-point victory against the USA in the last meeting in London. They have not won back-to-back games since 2013-2014. Bolinches goes on the outside, fires a nice ball to Paul Pla. We know how he can motor. Pla, 70 tries to his name. All-time records for Spanish rugby. Up the middle, they cut up here to the Spanish side. There by Jojo Ceres. Number to the left-hand side, but a big spot hit coming in. They keep it alive to Manu Moreno with offside advantage.
White 8 offside.
Juan Ramos runs to the mark. He taps and goes quickly. The playmaker shifts it back to the right-hand side. Eduardo Lopez finds Ceres. Good support here from the Spanish side as they build strongly. Lopez again gets it away. Ramos can't connect with his man, but still a bit of space here for Paul Pla. Draws 2 tacklers. One of those is Marcus Tupuola. Now down the short side. Ramos, a little bit of space. It closed. As they build the pressure. One-handed ball, though. That was not needed for Pablo Feju's side. And all of a sudden, the United States, after defending for the last couple of minutes, have possession with Tupuola. And from Belmont Shore, Longreach, California Pines, is Captain Perry Baker. One-handed flick to AC. Aaron Cummins with a dummy up midfield. He goes, the 25-year-old. He's strong and powerful. Featured in the Premier Sevens in the United States. New professional competition there. David Still. He throws a dummy and gets the fed. David Still picked up rugby over a year ago. And this kid can jam. He gets the first score for America in Hong Kong.
The former Detroit Lion in the NFL shows his power and pace here. In the opening 3 minutes of this game. Yeah, a little stop-start. Understands that little dummy, and he uses that big, powerful fend that he's got in his arsenal. Good start for the U.S. here in the first opening 3 minutes. They held the wave of the Spanish attack and then put the ball in the big man's hand, and look at him go get the first 5 points of this game.
He's proven that a crossover academy can work in America. So many players who haven't grown up with the sport but can pick it up in a short space of time. 5-0 with conversion going to the side. Such a big body, isn't he?
Yeah, he is 6'4", all of 250 pounds, a very hard man to stop when he gets motoring.
Dummy as well then, on that occasion from David Still. And the American Raptors out of Fitton Park in Glendale, Colorado. Melfi kicking off again from right to left. This one bounces and
Red line up.
comes down to Spain again.
Line up, back.
Yeah, looks like David Still is their main restart target. Spain had a good first initial attacking set. They built the phases, just unfortunate little knock on. Give the U.S. the ball.
So the Pool C picture, Fiji, Japan, the other two sides in this come up next as Ramos goes in midfield. Juan Martinez, captain of Spain in both rounds in the early part of 2021. Dummy in a step again from Ramos as he tries to create something. Ceres gets it away to Martinez, man of the El Salvador club. Numbers on the left-hand side. Here's now Bolinches, Enrique Bolinches tries to get free. Spain have a patient build-up. Move the ball over the top. Paul Pla does really well. Ramos is there looking to unlock something here. Ceres now tries to split free. Moreno leaves it behind and puts it to the boot. Malachi Esda has it for the US. Baker comes in to collect. He flicks a quick ball to Tupuola.
Advantage, knock on.
No advantage coming.
One wide.
Again, just another unfortunate little handling error for Spain there. They were changing the point of attack really, really well, testing that U.S. defense, making them go side to side. The credit to those U.S. defenders staying in the fight,
USA, let's
working
go.
hard for their teammates and regaining the ball. They'll want to have a nice set-piece move. They'll worked hard in Chula Vista. Maybe unleash Perry Baker one-on-one. He's known to have some magic up his sleeve, this man.
Speaking of magic, it's brilliant to be here at the Cathay Pacific HSBC Hong Kong Sevens. Over 1,300 days since the last time we were here in 2019. Here's a stat for you, Zach Test. An Eagle Sevens player has either been the top or joint top try scorer in Hong Kong in each of the past 5 events. It was you in 2015, Perry Baker 2016 and 2017, and Colin Isles in 2018 and 2019.
Back on.
Yeah, it's great to be a part of those elite men. Had some really good fun here at the Hong Kong Sevens.
And may it continue. This is just the start of day one around the fringes of scrum time. Cody Melfi picks and goes. Man with the US Army, winning the Armed Forces Championship Sevens for his branch for several times at the Rugby Town Sevens.
Yeah, put the ball in Cody Melfi's hand now. Looks like they're going to call for a scrum, try and get their set-piece platform moving. Spain were just a little overzealous there at the breakdown, trying to put pressure on the 9, but the referee noticed and called them for the penalty.
Okay, let's go.
USA up 5-0.
Crouch.
USA
Bind.
without several of their players. Steve Tomasini is watching from home. Joe Schrader, Maceo Brown, Lucas Lecamp writing his exams. And here comes Tupuola again off the fringes. Cummins loops around, but good shove here from Spain, and they pick this one up. The door opens up, and there's nobody home for the USA. And they'll strike, will Spain, through Jojo Ceres. It's a brilliant response under the sticks.
Jojo Ceres levels this game up. The U.S. just had some mistimed issues there, got isolated. Spanish put them under pressure, and Ceres, man, when he sees that try line, there is a very hard man to stop there. Yeah, great counter ruck. And you can see it was just a 3-on-1. David still tried to do everything he could to knock the ball free, but Ceres, who's been on this circuit, knows how to score a 5-pointer for his team.
Rightly underneath the uprights as well. Kick goes up. It's 7-5. 30 seconds to go in the first half, and Spain take the lead here on their first outing at the Cathay Pacific HSBC Hong Kong Sevens. Ramos kicking off now with his left boot. Just needs to go the 10 and does. Baker jumps up and gets hit in the air.
Yeah, it's a new interpretation of the law. It has to be a true contest in the air. You can't take out the lifter or the jumper. You have to be in a real good position to contest for the ball. Unfortunate there for the Spanish. Marcus Tupuola, one of the more experienced men in this side. They've split on a 1-1-1. See what they got up their sleeves.
Tupuola, entertainer off the field as well, performs as a wrapper in his spare time. He gets it away to Melfi and hoofs it downfield to Perry Baker. This is a perfect kick through because Baker's shot through the line. Tries to scoop this one and finds the kicker himself. Melfi steps up his left, finds Baker in the end. Perry for the corner. And the United States take back the lead.
Cody Melfi, Perry Baker take a bow. Brilliantly executed off the set-piece move, understanding that the Spain had their sweeper in the line. Cody with a brilliant kick, knowing that Perry's going to win the foot race. Perry conscious that the ball is slippery. Nice continuity, and Cody Melfi out the back door to Perry Baker, top drawer. Incredible, off the left foot. Just gets tripped up there on his way to the try line, but understanding where Perry is, that right hand out the back. We'll be seeing that highlight for weeks on end. Brilliant stuff to end the first half here for the USA.
Cody Melfi, that's ridiculous. Perry Baker, the benefactor on that occasion. 10-7 conversion is high and wide. And that brings the half-time whistle here for the USA, leading 10-7 against Spain. Mike Frater getting into the American huddle here. He'll have some strong words for his side. Said it was baptism fire for his players, especially having 4 debutants yet to choose.
Yeah, it's about using the experience of Perry and keeping these boys calm, understanding that the things they train in Chula Vista will help benefit them here on the world stage. Just do the fundamentals, do the simple things really, really well, and be able to hold this Spanish wave. Spain, on the other hand, have done some really good things, changing the point of attack. It's about keeping possession here in the second half.
At scrum time, pull it back. We've got to move it away quickly. Be fucking decisive. Win that first clear on 15 mile in the centre.
Mike Ryder always so animated in the huddle with his American side. 10th season with the US Eagles in Spain. With Pablo Fejo, what a veteran he's been for their side as well. Aaron Cummins all fired up here for the second half.
Make sure they stay behind you. Yeah. Okay. Chaser.
Such an important game to get underneath your belt. A victory here will do them wonders before they come for Saturday for day 2 when they play their 2 games next.
Good to go, Steve. Wait. Shot clock.
It's brilliant to be back here in the bright lights
USA
of Hong
fight.
Kong for the Cathay Pacific HSBC Hong Kong 7 second half here. Spain kicking off from right to left. They trail 10-7 against the United States in white. Featuring in this Pool C game, Fiji and Japan are the other 2 sides that find themselves here. And it's an error from the restart, not the way you want to start.
Yeah, just a little too much mustard on that kick there. Giving the U.S. possession. As you heard Mike Friday here
Strong court.
say in the huddle, to understand the Spanish pressure, understand that they're going to come after you, so move the ball quickly away. Use Perry, use David Still as battering rams around the edges. Spain needs to control their discipline, control possession, get the ball back in their hands.
Final hook up. Good. Archie. Crouch.
Cody Melfi in picture. What a pass he threw
Line. Set.
in the first half to get their team in front. Tubola at scrum time. Open up a bit of space here. Melfi comes to the open side. It's fine. Perry Baker, now captain of the side. Used to be Madison Hughes for many times, and Kayvon Williams, who's injured at the moment. Brissell.
Backwards.
It's gone backwards, says our referee, Ben Brissell, the youngster.
Stay.
UCLA, the Bruins in Southern California. Baker, second American to get 200 tries after Colin Isles, his friend and former roommate, on tour. Cummins cuts back against the grain. Big, powerful forward for the United States. Baker yet again. Pirouettes around. Finally comes back to Tupuola. Fires it up into 3 tacklers. Setting up a contact point for Brazil again to go left. But the line comes up really hard. Baker absorbs it. David Still juggles a few times and then lets it go.
Yeah, possession is key in the game of sevens. Perry tried to attack a seam, trying to create a 3-on-2. A little offload over the top, but David Still just couldn't grab the handle on it. Yeah, you can see there, just a little high for the big man. With these Dewey conditions, just couldn't get his grasp completely on the ball. Spain fortunate there.
Hand back on. Let's go. Crouch.
Errors on both sides. USA bronze medalists
Line.
in Hong Kong with the last event in 2019. Their only series medal at that tournament in history. It was 3 years ago. Spain, though, coming across here. What can they conjure up here? Eduardo Lopez in support there. Ramos goes to the right-hand side. Ceres, a try scorer, rips it away again. Manny Moreno's there in support. Ramos again sees a bunch of white jerseys. He cuts up himself. Scrum off, able to get it back for his country. Beautiful feed from Juan Ramos back on the inside. Still to the right there go Ramos. Has Melfi in front of him. He needs some speed here. Romero on the field now. Thiago Romero gets out of a couple. Up, there's no sweeper back. Almost a tackle there, but was high in the end. He's beaten 3 or 4. Maybe the same plays, but it still counts on the stats as Spain come on the right-hand side. Ramos now engages. A patient build-up here from the Spanish side. Wide ball to Moreno. Taken on Baker. Locking a few tacklers on the USA side. Los Leonos, the Spanish side, again with Juan Martinez. Big hit on him. Ramos to the right-hand side. Ceres. 10-7 the score. One try will put Spain in front. Martinez again. A long passage of play here under the lights at the Hong Kong Stadium. Thiago Romero again. Oh, it's kicked over the top. It's play on. And sliding on that was Ben Brissell, saving it for the United States. Now we're under all sorts of pressure. And a long play for the Spanish attack. Aaron Cummins now for the US. Counter-ruck, they must be careful here. Very close to the line. Spain looking to pick this one up. And they'll get the penalty. Just what the doctor ordered. And a quick tap. Straight up the middle they go to take the lead. Juan Martinez slices and dices here. And Spain go back in front.
Just relentless pressure from the Spanish. Just not giving the US any inch. You can see a lot of hands on hips, trying to breathe in this humid air here in Hong Kong. Credit to Spain there. Remain calm, understood that they had the US right where they want them, inside the 22. All they had to do is pick their moment to counter-ruck against a tired US side here after a very long, exhausting passage of play, and got the rewards on the end. This man Martinez is a very hard man to stop. Puts the Spanish team in front.
Very impressed by this player over the last couple of years. Man from El Salvador Rugby Club. His 15th try in the series, but none more important than this one. Putting his side up in front with the conversion as well. It's 14 points to 10. 2 minutes and change to play. Can the US come back here in this Pool C cliffhanger to start things off here in Hong Kong? Malachi Esdale, haven't seen a lot of possession to Esdale. High shot on him. There's Adam Channels on the field. Sported that new hair do of his. He likes it.
Yeah, Adam Channel always has a little bit of flair from Long Beach, California. But something we'll see on the circuit these days is that 7-up defense. It's something that a lot of teams are adopting here in the last couple of years. So it's very hard for teams to unlock those defenses. It's going to take something really, really special.
Let's set up first, let's go. I'm back on. Crouch. Fine.
Channel will play in Major League Rugby with the Los Angeles side. Competition that's certainly growing there in the US. Tupuola floats across field, looking for a switch. It comes in the form of Perry Baker, who beats one. Baker now gets wrapped up, and a good strong tackle. The US, another penalty.
Entry.
Melfi thought about going to the left-hand side and fires one over the top to Brissell. The big jump step from Benny Brissell. It's well contained though. Counter-ruck, they'll be very good at that in this game. Have the Spanish side, they have it back. Manuel Sainz just outside the 22, but the penalty for holding on after they had the pill. Melfi goes yet again. The US down on the scoreboard. A vital try needed on that far side. Malachi Esdale looking to slide in. He could be the difference maker in this game. Esdale in for 5.
Now the former Houston SaberCat in the MLR gets his first 5-pointer here at the Hong Kong Sevens. Point of difference in this game you can see is the breakdown. Who can secure it, who can maintain that possession, understanding that Spain is going to put the US under a lot of pressure. They got the turnover, but a great poach there from Adam Channel to turn the ball over. Quick recognition from Cody Melfi to spin it wide to Esdale. And there's number 8, Esdale's a hard man to stop when he gets a sniff on that edge.
Kick outside Mike Friday there. Never seen him play.
They stay behind you.
15-14, final play in the game. The USA fans on the edge of their seat. Don't forget, their 15th team also playing this weekend in the final Rugby World Cup qualifier for Rugby World Cup 2023. So much to play for. Women being knocked out of the 15th World Cup. Spain have possession here. They have an opportunity in this game still. And well, Sainz turns steady on Monday. Deep inside their half. No sweeper back though. If there is a bust out here, the ball goes back. A little slippery and dewy underfoot as well. Spain. Ramos across. Ceres, who scored one in this game so far. Absorbs a couple. Practice manual signs, and Esdale snaps this one up and he hoofs it out for the USA. And they will win their first game here. A very tight affair against Spain. They've done enough, and Malachi Esdale has scored. Mike Friday can take his side into day 2 with that important victory there. Winning a narrow one here against a very good Spanish side, coached by Pablo Feiju. 15-14, the final score, the US over Spain. Well, they had to work all the way for that one, Zach Test.
Yeah, the ball and play stat of this game is going to be in those high 8s. Absolutely exhausting there. But Perry Baker at the end there put the team on his back, got the poach. Then Malachi Esdale, with all of his experience, understanding to kick the ball out. Great start for the U.S., especially with their inexperience starting this Hong Kong, this 2022-23 season with a win.
Just confirmation there, that victory 15-14 for the USA. Fiji, Japan, of course, coming up next. Very important here, not just for teams to advance, but points on the series, of course. 11 stops around the world. The USA start off their campaign on a high. Like Friday said, a lot of new players in their side. Perry Baker, the most experienced one for sure. The captain, though, getting some words of encouragement. Things to adjust ahead of day 2. Great footage there of the head coach, former England Sevens player, coach with Kenya as well, now 10 years with America. Well, let's get some reaction. Pitch side is Gareth Rees.
Yeah, Malachi Esdale, they kept it really tough. The Spanish fought you really hard. A good first win for you.
Yeah, we're thrilled about this. It took us everything we had, and we pulled it out at the last minute. So it's good effort by the boys.
And it was close. The team got you the ball out wide. Talk us through that last try, the winning try.
Oh man, it was a complete team effort from start to finish. So I'm just happy I got the tail end of it, but that was the effort put in by the boys that resulted in that. So.
And I've got to ask you, how about Melfi's little behind the back pass to get it going?
Man. It's good to have him back and in full force. He's an electric player and he's capable of doing stuff like that. So it's awesome to have him.
And it's your first time in Hong Kong. What did you expect before you came, and what do you expect now?
I've heard a lot of things about it. You know, the situation's a little weird with COVID and everything, but the crowd came out in full force and the atmosphere is amazing. So yeah, happy about it.
Well, thanks very much. Good luck for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers.
Next match up is Pool C. The other 2 sides that'll feature here this weekend. It's Fiji, ranked 3rd of the series last year, and Japan 14th. And Fiji, well, this is in many ways their home ground. Take a look at their side. Some brilliant players you mentioned, fresh from winning the Rugby World Cup Sevens in South Africa. And Japan led by Nakagawa. I'm Dallin Stafford alongside Zach Test, former USA star on the series. A tight one here, of course. Fiji, 5-time champions in recent years.
There's just something about Fiji when they enter Hong Kong. It's just like they just elevate their game to a whole nother level. They play, you always know they play with such pace and flair, but when they get to Hong Kong, man, they just turn it on to a whole nother level. Let's see if they can make it 6 in a row.
Fiji, nearly 9 a.m. in the morning. And Japan, nearly 6 p.m. Here come the sides right now for the very first time here on Friday night at the Hong Kong Stadium in Tournament 1 of 11. Japan coached by Simon Amor. And there's Wasia Nothungu, who captains the Fijian side. Well, what records do they have? Unbeaten in 56 of their 57 pool matches in Hong Kong in recent years. They are a side without Jerry Tuwai, though, and Kamanieli Rasaku. But saying that, Joshua Bakurunabili and Sevalani Mothanatangi were here when they won in 2019. Japan, the Brave Blossoms, will be up against this one. And the lowest ranked pool side finishing off last year. But it's a new time to shine. Jordan Way has the whistle from this one from Australia. And Moguchi comes in for a word. All smiles, because we're back in Hong Kong under the lights for the first time in 1,308 days, to be precise. Japan kick from left to right. Fiji in white, set to receive. Here we go, Pool C. At the Cathay Pacific HSBC Hong Kong Sevens for the 2023 season is underway. Fiji knock it down, but it comes down. Nakagawa down the short side, feeds it back on the inside. Hayashi's in! The bright blossoms of the opening score. Taisei Hayashi getting it done in unbelievable fashion.
Absolute dream start for Japan there. Going up and contesting the restart. Gathering it off the floor. Quick little 2v1 and they're in for 5 in less than 20 seconds. Great job understanding where each other are. Absolute dream start for Japan. They get that restart again on this next kickoff. Can they replicate that same kick? Regain possession, which we know is so key in the game of sevens here.
Sideline conversion attempt. Unsuccessful, 5-0. Simon Amor, well, the pocketbook is always out making his notes. He is a mastermind. Amor won 4 straight Hong Kong Sevens starts as captain of England here. Former technical director as well, Japan, now the head coach. In his first match for the side in that role. Fiji, this time they do retain it. Under immense pressure, they get the penalty. They tap and go quickly. In midfield with Nathungu. Finds Talatholo. Tall Timber. He finds his captain. No look over the top. Fiji doing their thing as you would expect. Buviwa Nanduvalo gets them back on the board. And the defending champions open up their account.
Fiji magic at its finest here on display on day 1 here in Hong Kong. The name of the game against Fiji is always containment. Trying to keep them in front of you as soon as they get behind you. They have the ability to just absolutely open you up and shred you. Great off loop there to unleash for the first 5 points of this game.
Well, he debuted in Singapore earlier this year, scored 10 tries in that tournament. And he's up to his usual trick, 7-5. Fiji take the lead. What a player to have on your side.
Absolutely, this man knows how to find the try zone every single time he touches the ball.
Wasia Nathungu dropped this one about 8 meters.
Yeah, didn't quite go the 10 meters.
Japan come across here to Kazuma Nakagawa, their captain. They're now near the near side. Maweki Fukushi lays it back. The ball's free though for Fiji that scooped this one up. And it's an open foot race for the line. Jerry Matana will go in. The man that represents Rawasa Sevens team has the second score. And just like that, they can strike.
Matana with his 4th career try. One thing you can't do against Fiji is give them a free run. Every man, 1 to 13, can absolutely burn you around the corner. You can see what Japan does, trying to keep the ball alive, understanding that the touchline was there. Unfortunately, they just couldn't pick it up, and Fiji pounce, as they always do.
Matana is the main man right now, as he stretches the legs for his score. Debuted earlier this year in a crop of new players for Ben Gollings. Putting his side, second try up here. Dungu raises the flags, 14 points to 5. It's Fiji after conceding the opening score, and they kick off quickly, but it goes too far. Second error off the restart.
You can see what Fiji was trying to do there. They saw a pocket behind the Japanese line, just in that 5-meter channel, trying to just put it with enough air so his man could run underneath it. Unfortunate, just had a little too much mustard on it there. Japan now gets a scrum midfield. It's a very tough scrum to defend there as you stretch from sideline to sideline. There's kicking space in behind. We'll see what the Japanese can cook up here.
All-time Hong Kong titles, of course, when we started. 19 for Fiji, 11 for New Zealand. Of course, the series only started in the year 1999-2000. Since then, they've won 8. New Zealand 5, England 4, Samoa 2. Japan, scrum, midfield. They choose the open side on this right. A little jump, skip, step. Fukushi does well. Got to keep possession, though, at this Japanese side. Nakagawa goes to Maruo on debut out of the Kanagawa Tamarube club. A couple of hot steps from Suoku on that far side. Japan reload here. Nakagawa again, crossfield for Kushi. Loses it and then flicks it back in the field of play. It's dangerous though, as Fiji pounds on this. The flying Fijians looking for a big step and a lovely offload there from Mai Samoa. And he finds Wasia Nathungu. The captain adds his name to the record books. And the Fijian flags are flying in Hong Kong.
Nathungu in his 42nd event here. All the experience in the world, just understanding where he needs to be for his Fijian side. Fukushi just got a little bit isolated again. The Fijians pounce on it. It takes two of them to try and take down the ball carrier, and Nathungu just sees an open gap and knows how to finish a try.
Adds his name to the record book.
Yeah, you can see the patience and calm in that man's eyes, knowing that he has the capacity to get to the try line to get the third try for his team here.
Well, he has been a star over the years, as Wasia Nathungu, debuted in 2014, top point scorer for his country on the 2022 series. He overtook William Ryder's record of 105 last season. Ryder, lethal stepper of note for Fiji. But Nathungu now has 114 to his name, and Talatolo leaps up. Mai Samoa is there up the restart. Oh, that's much better from Fiji when they kick off. And they're flying again. Manueli Mai Samoa adds another highlight to his reel.
Well, it all came from that beautiful catch on the restart. He looked like an NFL wide receiver in the back of the end zone, just going up and high pointing it. Nathungu just putting it on a dime. The big man goes up and grabs it. And we know that the Fijians just flood support lanes and are absolutely lethal once they get behind you.
A storming first half performance here. Kick will float to the right hand side, and that's the half time in this thoroughly entertaining Pool C clash. It's Fiji that lead Japan 26 points to 5. Well, Fiji, after giving away the first 5 points, have bounced back as you would expect they would. Some brilliant rugby.
The Fijians always know how to ride the wave, get the ball in their hands, get behind the defense, and then just flood support channels, get the offloads, and use their pace to burn. Just the wise words from Ben Gollings there with all his experience. Ben Gollings has been in Hong Kong winning titles for a very long time. As you can see, 3 missed tackles from Japan causes 3 tries and 2 turnovers. Something you just can't do against the Fijians. Japan needs to just make sure they maintain possession. Don't get isolated. Get their speed of 3s there quickly, shift the point of attack, and really put this Fijian defense under pressure.
Simon Amor giving his words here for Japan before their second half. Welcome back to the Cathay Pacific HSBC Hong Kong Sevens. And it's a thrill to be back here at a stadium that has been the mecca of sevens over the last 40 years or so. Fiji, who lead 26 points to 5, kicking off from left to right. 4 unanswered tries from Ben Golling's side. Has them up in the lead. Jordan Way says, let's go to finish off this Pool C game. 1 game on a Friday night for all these sides for their reload on Tuesday. What a take from Japan as they release down that short side. Big contact and wonderful offload as well as they get it away to that far side. Silka in support. Looking for a couple of steps in midfield. Lovely crack on the outside from Takamasa Maruo. Helped out there by Hayashi that scored the first 5. On the field is Camille Lachinara. There's a big jump off the left. Shotaro Soka hit hard though as Lachinara picks it up. The ageless wonder flicks it back in the field. Nakagawa is there. Japan reload. Bursting onto it. A lovely break here. Ken Kurihara. Kurihara throws a dummy and then fires it back in. Nakagawa is there. Here comes Japan. The crowd come alive as well. Into the 22 for the Japanese. Lachinara again to the left-hand side. Nakagawa over the top. Miyagami with a big step. Tsuoka in at right time. The penalty though goes the other way to Fiji. And they tap here with Nandavalo. Not 10, the Japanese defenders.
Not 10. 10 here. 10 here.
So unfortunate for the Japanese. They built phase after phase, keeping the ball alive. Great continuity there.
Fiji sustain that pressure. And Bukayato on the park now as well. Matana looks to fight free. Oh, it's popped up the other way. It's another gift here. Taisei Hayashi has his second try. And they've certainly deserved that here in the second half.
Just how the Japanese wanted to start the second half. Build the phases, put Fiji inside their own half. Put 5 points on the board. Fiji's so good in these wet conditions, and their handling just couldn't quite have the handle. And that man right there, quick to pounce and put 5 points on the board. All about possession here in the second half for the Japanese.
Flags go up as well. 26 points to 12. Taisei Hayashi at Tokai University. In comparison, 2017. Scored the first and the last score so far in this game. Under 5 to play though in the first half.
You're ready to kick. I will call time on.
Japan though, we've had a lot of things to work on there with Simon Amor. They returned as a core team in 2022. Won just 2 of their 27 pool games though. I bet with Amor at the helm now, you can expect some different results to come.
Yeah, Japan, they'll probably want to replicate that first kickoff here.
PJ, good? When you're ready. Good? Come back on, please.
Taichi Yoshizawa goes up high, but Talatolo is there. You can't compete when the ladder is there.
Forwards.
Looking to rip down that far side. Beautiful pop back on infield. It's Fiji yet again. And numbers are plenty. And they'll storm this one in. Tira Patterson on the end of this one. Dancing around near the south stand. He wants to get the party going.
Tira Patterson, good to see you, my friend. I coached this man at the San Diego Legion. This man is all about his business. He is lethal with ball in hand. Has the pace to burn. Always finds a good support channel there. And you can see that calm running face. He is such a smooth runner there. Rounding it, trying to get in the center, trying to be a little bit cheeky.
Tira Patterson played 1 season with San Diego Legion in Major League Rugby. That's when you were there, Zach Test.
Yeah, he's a quality player, that Tira Patterson.
Restart, goes deep, almost ranging up with this one, does come the way, they go to the short side, Talatolo again, getting the fend, Josefa Talatolo, the one-handed flick back on the inside, it's a thing of beauty, and Fiji fly in yet again, Ioane Temba gets the goodies.
Yeah, floodgates are open now. Fiji just finding all those little moments, just causing a little disruption in that Japanese pod. And they're just so big and ranging, just fighting off Japanese defenders, keeping the ball away. And dotting it down for another 5 points for Fiji. Starting off where they left off at the World Cup.
Kick sails over as well. We reached the 40-point mark to 12. See, scored the most tries of any team in the last 8 Hong Kong events. And they are thrilled to watch. Won all 21 matches against Japan over the years. Debutant on the field, Paula Fakalo, 25-year-old on debut. Japan, though, the Brave Blossoms, can they finish with something else here? The ball spits free, it's been kicked through. Chase is there. Umbukayato picks this one up as well. And Fiji finish off in style, still with 2 to play. Filippo Bocayaro.
Bocayaro displaying the Movember mustache there. Yeah, one thing you can't do against the Fijians is spill the ball on the ground. They're just so lethal when it comes to that. They're so good at pouncing on it, recognizing the space. Just a little tap in there, off the toe. Beautiful gather, and puts another 5 points on the board for his nation.
He says Jerry Tiwa is his inspiration. Flags go up yet again, 47 points to 12. Filippo Bocayaro, player of the tournament for the Fiji Barbarians. The club sevens when they beat the police. Dedicated that award to his father, Napoleone. What a team Fiji has been in Hong Kong over the years. They won the last 5 consecutive events, well, they won 7 of the last 8. That's the bench there. Plenty of depth in their squad for Ben Gollings, and there he is. Third Englishman to coach Fiji after Ben Ryan and Gareth Bayburn. Here they come again down that near side, streaking away. Ioane Temba gets yet another in their first game out here in Hong Kong.
Pure class from the Fijians once again, just absolutely dominating the air here in Hong Kong with a one-hand little tip back to himself. And what they're so good is just flooding those support lanes, finding each other. It's just like they know where each other are. It's just like a nature to them. They can just feel it out here in Hong Kong. What a great start for Fiji here in this new season here on the HSBC World 7 Series.
Well, it's all working out for them. Kick sails over as well. Ioane Temba, I know his mum, wife and child are tuning in. Ben Gollings, be happy about this initial performance here. Bolavanaka to all our Fijian fans, wherever you're tuning in around the globe, putting on some sort of display. Sevaloni Mothanastangi gets away to Temba. One-handed flick has come to Japanese Kimorita. That's fine. We'll take possession here in the final moment of this game.
Come. No, Vish, not gone. You got back to your feet to try and play the ball without releasing. That's not wrong.
Restarts are key in the game of sevens. You can really starve your opponent of possession.
Let's go.
Now trying to find the offload, little over-the-top flick.
Let's go.
Just a knock on there by Fiji.
Let's go, please.
54 points to 12. Fiji in this pool C. And the 2 teams in their pool, USA, who just beat Spain 15-14 moments ago. Big scrum here, tight head, peels around the fringes, and Bocayaro whipping it wide. Bounce pass to Ioane Temba, who gets his hat-trick in their opening pool game here in Hong Kong. A brilliant second half performance, particularly by Temba.
Fiji just flexing their muscles there at scrum time, just pushing the Japanese off of the scrum. And just great awareness to understand that he had a free man on the edge. And that man gets his 3rd try of the game. And you can just see the love and the brotherhood these boys share with each other. They always play for each other.
The extra 2. Unsuccessful, not needed. 3 tries from Ioane Temba, and out of St. Bede's College, Sabu. And an excellent display from Fiji to open their county on Friday night in Hong Kong. They beat Japan by 59 points to 12. An excellent start here from the Flying Fijians. They love playing in Hong Kong. It's like a home tournament, they keep saying. You can see why with those skills.
They're just so comfortable here. There's something in the air that they just thrive on. They can seem just unbeatable. They have this presence about them as soon as they step onto this Hong Kong soil. Great start to their day 1.
So here's a look at Pool C, how it stands. USA victorious in their first game, and then Fiji winning this one by a fine margin of over 50 points. Friday night, under the lights here at the Hong Kong Stadium, as both sides thank each other. Chasua Kurunabili and his Chargers starting out a fine performance here with Ben Golling, who is still the all-time leading point scorer with 2,652 on the HSBC World Rugby 7 Series. Such a delight to see Fiji flying. Fresh from winning the Rugby World Cup Sevens in Cape Town, South Africa in September. Finalists in the Commonwealth Games as well, losing out to South Africa there.
Steve Dolman, can you hear me?
And their fans certainly enjoying it here. They're back after 3 years and a few months as well. What a sight to behold. Wasia Nathungu handed everything, particularly that first half.
There's always something special about Hong Kong. It's the atmosphere, it's the fans, it's the stadium, the granddaddy of them all. I always enjoyed coming to the stadium. You can just see the passion of the fans there, always supporting each and every player, each and every team, coming here to see the best athletes in the world.
It's always so brilliant in the crowds. And there's some great rugby to go along with it as well. Well, let's get some reaction, and Gareth Rees sits pitch side.
Ioane Temba, congratulations, job done for Fiji. A great start for you.
Yeah, first of all, I thank the Almighty God for this opportunity. Gives us strength that we are able to win the first game. I give him glory to God.
3 tries for yourself tonight, but how special is this place, Hong Kong, for Fiji and Fiji rugby?
It's first time for me. It's a new environment in Hong Kong. We always say it's new, but rugby is it's a world sport that, yeah.
Well, congratulations. We look forward to the rest of the weekend from you and your teammates.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we'll be back in 15 minutes, so stay with us. We're going to have the super session coming up there. The final 5 games on day 1 of the Cathay Pacific HSBC Hong Kong 7. Stay with us. We'll be back then.